This is the news at 10, live from Channels Television. Reported tonight.
Hello and welcome. I am Olumide Macaulay tonight. Large turnout of voters in the Ekiti State governorship election amidst heavy security presence. The APC raises an alarm over alleged arrest of its leaders as the PDP accuses the main opposition party of violating electoral law in the Ekiti State governorship election. Vigilante Association seeks federal government's assistance in ending the killing of its members in northeastern Nigeria. And tension rises in Iraq as thousands of Shia militia parade in the country's capital, Baghdad, amid fighting in the north.
And on Business News tonight, stock market activities were characterized by cautious trading.
Sports news: Bosnia-Herzegovina and Nigeria set for World Cup group match in Kuyaba.
Welcome to the news at 10. Results are now being expected in the Ekiti governorship polls, which was conducted today in the 16 local government areas of the state, with a total of 18 political parties participating. There are 2,195 polling units and 2,803 voting points in the state. Ekiti State has 3 senatorial districts, 6 federal constituencies, and 177 registration areas spreading across the 16 local government areas. Our political correspondent, Sheon Kimbaloye, reports that there was a large turnout of voters in the poll, characterized by heavy security presence.
For these empty streets, one may be lost as to what may become of the turnout of voters. But as time was ripe for the process to begin, the electorate made for the different polling centers in their numbers. From all the 3 senatorial districts Channels Television monitored, turnout was impressive, and so is the presence of security operatives. And at Ajilosun area, the Jonathan Memorial School Center had voters scamper when security operatives got at their job, and some people were taken away after about an hour into their operation. The reasons for that is still unclear. But as other voters exercised their civic responsibility, the major contenders also did same.
Money in this game will destroy so many things and destroy our future. Whichever way it goes, I have taken it as every good gift comes from God Almighty.
I don't think it's reached a stage where this should be escalated to the president yet. But I would like to think that the president himself would not want a situation that throws Ekiti into jeopardy.
It feels good to be able to participate in an election that will herald me into office as the next governor of Ekiti State. That is my faith, that is my belief, and that is my conviction.
And after the voting comes the sorting of the ballot papers. And thereafter, officials begin to count.
At exactly 12, we left this place. They closed everything. Then we came back and lined up at 12:30, and they counted every voter. They counted everybody, and the security officers stayed at the back of the last person, and the voting started. It was very pleasant.
After all said and done, the votes are cast and voters will be looking forward to the winner of the Saturday polls. Well, all eyes will be here at the INEC headquarters where the eventual result will be announced. Well, till that time, I guess we all need to watch and wait. For INEC headquarters in Ekiti, Sheung Okimbaloye reporting for Channels Television News.
Meanwhile, the voting process in Ekiti began as early as 8 a.m. when people turned out in large numbers for the accreditation exercise. Channels Television went round some of the polling units to find out the people's thoughts about the process.
It's D-Day. The long-awaited Ekiti governorship election kicked off this morning with an accreditation exercise which began at about 8:30. As far as elections in Nigeria go, the poll started on a bright note. The turnout of voters for the accreditation exercise was impressive, and INEC had its act in order. In places visited by Channels Television, election materials were not in short supply. There was also no shortage of security operatives. And in all of this, the question is, what does the electorate make of the way the polls have fared so far?
Actually, we've been here as early as 7:30 just to hasten up this thing. As you can see, the queue is very long. And for them to be, attending to us on a line is going to be difficult. They have to split it so that to make it faster, right? This thing is rounding up when it is 12, right? And we can imagine now, the time is even already to 10. And look at how far they are gone. So please, the thing is very, very slow. If there's anything they could do to hasten it up, please, they should.
The massive turnout shows just how much importance the people of Ekiti State attach to these elections. The accreditation will pave the way for the voting proper and ultimately the vote counting.
Most of the polling units that we have gone to, the setup started very early. Some of the presiding officers arrived at their polling units as early as 7:30, and accreditation has been going on smoothly in so many of the places. Now, the difference is that in some of the places, the main presiding officers divided the polling units in accordance with in alphabetical order. So if your name starts from A to C, you join one particular queue, and it's been moving fast. But in few of the polling units, you can see that the voters register is scattered, and that is why some of them are not moving as fast as others. But generally so far, I think things are moving on oddly.
It's going to be a long day for INEC officials, security agents, voters and other stakeholders. While everyone will have to wait for hours before the eventual result, the real test is in the quality of the process and what to expect from INEC when all other Nigerians vote in 2015.
We'll now join our correspondent in Ekiti. He's in Ekiti at the moment, Sheung Okimbaloye, at the INEC headquarters to give us further details of what's happening on the ground. Sheung. Okay, we'll try to re-establish contact with our correspondent, Sheung Okimbaloye, who has been at the INEC headquarters in Ekiti, telling us what is happening as far as the counting of votes and the possible results of the elections as he has them. In the meantime, staying with the Ekiti polls, the All Progressives Congress, the APC, has raised an alarm over the role of the military in today's governorship election following the arrest of its leaders by soldiers on the eve of the polls. A statement issued by the party's National Publicity Secretary, Alhaji Lai Mohammed, says armed men arrested the Director General of the Fayemi Campaign Organization, Honorable Bimbo Daramola, and the State Commissioner for Finance, Dr. Dapo Kolawole. According to the statement, Mr. Daramola and Mr. Kolawole were arrested in their country homes and that their whereabouts remained unknown as at the time of the report. Part of the statement reads, quote, "An institution that is supposed to unite Nigerians has descended into the area of partisan politics, and it is now seriously undermining democracy." End of quote. The APC also says that all that it demands is a level playing field for its candidates and a safe atmosphere for the people to cast their votes. Meanwhile, the People's Democratic Party, the PDP, has accused the APC of violating the electoral laws by engaging in an unlawful campaign after 24 hours to the governorship elections in Ekiti State. The National Publicity Secretary of the PDP, Olisa Metu, told journalists in Abuja that the action of the APC was offensive and capable of creating a poor atmosphere for the election. He appealed to all leaders of political parties in Nigeria not to abuse the provisions of the Constitution. In part 2, after the break, Nobel laureate Professor Wole Soyinka challenges the military on its constitutional role. That's in a moment. Please stay with us.